We've got a ZvT here. This is a long one. Wait, why isn't it? There we go. Following our good friend 4. Oh, we haven't moved the Overlord out yet. I'm sorry, what? This is such an incredibly late. That last drone didn't need to happen. So quick facts, that many SCVs is not going to kill it. Oh wait, is it 6? It is 6. It's going to be just enough to pretty much keep this from building completely. Whether or not our hero 4 knows that or not is a different story. Just keeping a close eye on it. Building lings? Yeah. I feel like you almost want to build it in the wall. Because if he gets the full wall off, what stops you? Yeah, we didn't have the lava ready either. Oh, we got the Evo. I don't think that does much, does it? I don't feel like that's helping a lot. He's already building a CC. He might as well build a third CC now. He's got a pretty good wall there. I'd be pretty nervous about being behind now, especially after that scout. How many workers are we at? Oh, we're just ahead in workers. We do have a third going up. We don't have speed. We're not getting speed. We've got an Evo chamber with no upgrades. We see a third CC. We don't see anything else. Oh, we've got the lair, so we can drop creep. That's clever, I guess. I don't like that Zergling up here isn't actually seeing this. I guess it would make more sense for the Terran to take this, though, compared to the other ones. This is a good chance to have some lings ready and actually clean out those marines. So if you clean out those marines, yeah, like, you've got the lava for it, too. But we're droning up pretty heavily. Tech Lab Fusion Core. There's no scout, obviously, from the Zerg to go in. We have no idea what we're doing. We don't know what we're facing. We've got 4 queens. And no spores. This feels like it's going to be a pretty frustrating game. So just in case you don't know, you're playing at home. 5:30 is a really common time for a single BC. This was a little bit awkward because like the game was delayed, obviously, so you got to take that into account. So like 6:30 to 7 minutes might be the first one. You've delayed everything enough, but you still need to be aware of that possibility, right? You've still only got 4 queens. He's got a Viking out as well. Viking is almost a sure sign that someone's going BC or some sort of like push that involves like the Hellions, Hellbats, or a BC, to me at least, because what is he trying to deny with the Viking, right? The Viking's going to hunt down overlords that are on the map that he can use to then infiltrate that airspace with the BC, or just stop you from just sending your overlord in and getting a proper scout. We're not building any queens though. We're floating a ton of money. No queens. A PF. Absolutely not worth it. Now, so the BCs, we did build a queen from almost every hatchery, which is really good. I really like that. Except for that one's building a lair, so it's not the same. But the fact that we have no spores here, like we could have died to a beast, like a banshee timing. Literally like 2 banshees could have come across the map and ruined our day here. I assume this BC is going to get a fair bit of damage done, right? We've already lost a shit ton. We're going to go for another run by. We've got heals. Both of those queens have transfused. Let's go. Yeah, pull back. No. Yeah, so we should have pulled back the one that was getting targeted because it had the most energy. Keep punching queens. Keep making drones. Yay, we got it. Now drone up. We've got all these drones down here. Beautiful. We're pulling off. So we're sitting at less workers than the Terran is. We lost a fair bit for that. Oh, we lost like 1,000 extra resources than we needed to. But he's got nothing at home, right? He's going triple starport, double factory. This kind of, and like a 4th CC. Well, what does worry me though is he's ahead in workers with mules, right? He's dropping a 4th CC. The fact that you went for Vipers first is really weird. A couple of like Banelings is really weird. Why are we running towards a planetary? Why are we running towards a planetary, my guy? You would have lost like another 2,000 resources there. Like 1,000 resources? Yeah, like 1,000 resources there. 1225 to 2361. That's enough Banes to easily get through this wall and cause havoc. But instead, we sacked them for 3 SCVs. Not the best trade. We've actually been getting upgrades, have we? I'm getting some good Carapace upgrades. I'm just worried that the BCs, if we let the BCs get into a high enough count, look, honestly, with the army he's got, I think this is a Hydra timing that needs to come. I don't think you're in the position to really go for Aspire. Aspire would be easy, but we also want to get rid of the mines, right? The fact that he researched drilling claws is pretty crazy. Oh, so close again. Yeah, that's better. That's better. But again, we lost like another 1,500 resources. Here we go. Now the heavy hitting boys are here. The Viper's here. You should know when this is happening to back off, right? Just spend your money, make more stuff. This Terran every minute is making 3 BCs as long as he can afford it, right? Eventually this is going to get into danger zone. The Viper was a really interesting choice. I'm not sure what we did that for, but here we are with what, 3 bases saturated. Yeah, we need to take all our gases. We need more bases, more gases. Hopefully we're saturating all this. We can't afford to keep taking these fights. The Widow mines everywhere is so incredibly frustrating, but good micro there. Oh, I would have waited a little bit longer, but we're going to get it. That's fine. But we need to make sure that we're getting these gases saturated quickly. We're taking the map. Because that's a lot of BCs. We've got 5 corruptors. 10 more corruptors coming. That'll win, actually. That'll beat them, especially with the 1 Viper you've got with energy. So 1 parasitic bomb will force him to either flee or fight. And then the corruptors should do a pretty good job from there. Provided we don't manage to fight too poorly. Alright. We see the BCs, which is literally step 1. F2A move. Get the parasitic on there. That's sweet. Infinite range on that is pretty dumb. Alright. He's gonna get that. He didn't get the hatch. He's gonna get the hatch. So you got to think to yourself, right? You assuming We should always pretty much assume that when they take a base, they're going to saturate it fully. That should be the base assumption, right? And with that assumption, he's on 5 bases. You're on, let's say, 4 bases. Because you should know you don't have the drones to keep this up. What deals with the BCs really well? I think you just go Corrupted Broodlord. He can't move out with tanks and mines versus Corrupted Broodlord. Or you can just go what you're doing now and just do like Ling Main run bys. And the Corruptors deal with all the BC nonsense. The Scattered Widow Mine is a really interesting play. We've got plenty of money that we're not spending. We're 27 lava. The irony of all this, I reckon, is that, yeah, we probably could have come here and just clean up all those, clean the PF up and clean up all the SCVs pretty much for free. That was pretty good. I say that's pretty good. That's good. The idea is we make sure we have enough Corruptors that... No, we don't want to take that fight with all those BCs there. We definitely don't. That is so unlucky. We need to kick off the gas economy a little bit better. And I'm scared that we're not getting the right upgrade. We should be going for Carapace upgrades. The reason is we want him to do less damage to us. Over the course of a long fight, we want less damage. That's a good kill. Anytime you kill one BC, that's great. But this guy's massing a bunch of them now. We're just not ahead with the trades we've been having enough to make up for this. We need to really get like some Hydralisks or some creep spread or something onto the map to prevent him from just easily BCing into every base. Even like make a couple of queens. Just click on your hatchery hotkey, make a handful of queens. And then they don't need to inject, right? Because you're probably floating a ton of lava. You're floating a ton of lava. You don't need it. Good micro on the Ling. Yeah, so you're floating a ton of lava anyway. So just get them off injecting and get them out into the map. Do what needs to be done. Using the changelings as well. Dropping the changelings because that energy is wasted, right? So drop the changelings. Oof. And get them out onto the map so you can see where everything's going to be. I really want us to group up our Corruptors so they get one big hit. We're going to get that BC for free. Going to get that one. Might get one more if he's not paying enough attention. Oh, very close. I think that's a pretty good trade. I'll take that. Now, the beauty of this is he's pretty much killed himself by doing this because he now can't get home. He might kill this hatchery, but he could lose all these BCs for these. And if he loses his BC army, he's now in a bad position. Because his army is just like Widow Mines. You could literally just send a couple of Hydralisks out with a Overseer attached to him. So all we need to do here, which we're not doing for some reason, is just cut off the BC's retreat. Make sure the BCs can't make it home. I would take that fight every single day. If he's going to sit at a base like that. We lost a really good opportunity there. We really did lose a good opportunity here. This is a shame. I would just do like spine, spore. Spine, spore. You're floating tons of money. There's no reason. This is very cute though that they're trying to get out of there and they can't. we probably just need to like max out on something and make a choice. You know what I mean? Keep your 19 corruptors and the rest of your army. Just make it like just literally make it Ultralisk. Ultralisk armor is good enough. The BCs are doing 7 damage to a 7 damage Ultralisk, a 7 armored Ultralisk, right? So when you finally get your 3+, oh, you have got your 3+. When you get your, where's Ultralisk? Wait, is that with armor? I thought they got 7 armor when they were done. Oh, 7 armor, sorry. So the BC is literally doing no damage. Oh, to ground 10. It's still not great. We've got a corruptor ball over here. I want to jump on the, here we go. Oh. Again, this is a really good opportunity to jump on this and actually kill it. Oh, we didn't like this. Yeah, fair enough. Go Terran. Like, you've had plenty of money floating. You've had all the time in the world to get on top of these BCs. You never chase them. There are a couple of Yamatos here. For some reason, we're not going for the BCs. We're going to piss on all the infrastructure. Just max out on Ultralisks and go kill him. Ultralisk Ling. How many drones are on? 48. Absolutely garbage economy, as we know. Look at that. A little SCV run by. Oh. The Corruptor run by. Oh, that's such a shame. We're going to get that anyway, right? Surely. You've got him down to 1 starport. But it's just too late. There's so many planetaries on the extremities that are not game winning. That's not a game-winning one. That's literally just like that for me. If I was this Terran, that's a like, hey, if you need this to go to my main, it's going to delay you a little bit, and then we're all good. He's got teleport. He's got nothing to worry about, right? He can teleport back home at any time. He wants to make sure he cripples as much as he can. You don't have enough corruptors to fight this. If he's smart, you'll lose like half of them. These have teleport, but he's staying behind for some reason. I mean, see what I mean? Like the Ultralisk, like a handful of Ultralisks got in and did wonders. You've crippled him. It's just a little bit too late, unfortunately. Jeez. I don't know, dude. You had heaps of chances. BCs beat people who don't know what they're doing. That's kind of what happens here. That's rough. I don't think we really need to BM him. Like, he won the game fair and square. Like, what did you want him to do? He gave you so many chances. You had a weird opening that didn't do anything, that didn't delay anything. Then you threw away like 1,000 resources to attack the planetary like twice, and got like a handful of, not even a handful of SCVs. Like, two whole bases of minerals behind, and the Terran has his side of the map. So, and he still has like double the worker count of you. I don't think there was any. You're ahead of him in workers for a little bit, but with the way he was trading, not really worth it in the end. Like, this is a really good lead here, and then we just neglect to scout, we neglect to react, and we're not thinking about what could possibly be coming out. So this is on you, my guy. I really don't like to say it sometimes, but this is completely on you. Like, you had there was no thoughts about what this game could be leading into, and you were lucky to even get the BC, considering you only had like 4 queens when it warped in. He basically gave you the BC for free. That should have been a cue for you to go punch him in the mouth with just like roaches or something, or you were already taking into Ultralisk, so just take another base worth of mining. Where do we go? BC dies about here. Bloop. Alright. Lost 8 workers. We're not that far behind considering how good our economy was to start with, but now look. Turns ahead, and he's got mules. Trading better. We're in a bad spot, and we're in a bad spot for the rest of the game, basically. The Viper is a really interesting choice, I'll give you that. But we could have easily just droned. Yeah, look, you caught up briefly. And then, but he's like not that far behind you anyway, and thanks to mules, he's pretty much the same spot. So you're floating an absolutely insane amount of lava during all this. You could have easily taken this base, knowing his BCs, even a couple of spores. I know it sounds silly, but they will do damage and they might create deterrence. If he wants to play slow and safe, he might not even roll into them. He might just Yamato from a distance, which is time saved. If he does roll in, it's 30 damage a shot, which is insane, right? Oh no, 30 damage was biological, 20 damage normally, every 0.61 seconds. It's still a lot of damage, right? We're talking about what, 30? Yeah, it's about 30 damage a second. Give or take, 30 and a bit, 30 and change. So like, we didn't deserve to win this just because you threw away a bunch of lings for nothing. That's not how this works. Like, you had better tech that handles this. You had Ultralisks ready for ages. This here as well. If these lings were just here, if you were just sending this earlier, you were spending your lava, this is an easy win. It's an easy win. I don't like the proxy when they get the 6 SCVs in it, and the Evo chamber as well against Terran. I don't super rate that. Simply because he can just build his CC offsite and then float it over. So that's all there is to that one. It doesn't really, yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. That doesn't rate. And that's it for that one.